Why can't they go do that in the yard? They have knocked over your plants. They've knocked the geese off the porch. They have spilt coffee all over us. I love you. Listen, and I'm going to say one more thing too, and this is going to probably hurt a lot of people's feelings, but they have almost made me fall. Jamie, you know it's true. And I don't mean this in a mean way, but if I fall and break a hip, how am I going to look with a bad shoulder, a bad knee, and a bad hip? I'll look like Quasimodo.
Babe, you're not going to look like Quasimodo.
If I fall and I hurt my hip and I already have a bad shoulder and a bad knee, I'm going to look like Quasimodo.
Oh my God, you will not.
Morning folks, Lester here, and today we're going to be doing something that we've needed to do for a while. I've been a little bit slow to get to it. This over here is a insect repellent sponge. It's made for your cows, and what you have to do is find a location where your cows have to pass through. You hang it up just about shoulder high, and when your cows pass through and they duck under, that sponge will be coated with a special formula. It's a permethrin 1% synergized pour-on. Ooh, and that will drip and run down their backbone, which will prevent them from, it will repel lice, flies, well, it says lice and flies. It'll repel lice and flies, which are in fact a big problem. And then of course, what's neat about the big bottle over here is it will treat up to 128 cows, and it's good for 4 weeks. So that's what we're doing today. Y'all come with me. So this is the location I'm going to hang the sponge. What you have to do is find a place that your cows need or have to pass through back and forth. And for the cows to get from the back pasture up to the front pasture, they have to cross through this point right over here. I'll leave this gate open, yet I close that gate there, which means as they come out of the back pastures, no matter which back pasture they're in, and they want to walk up towards the front, they'll have to pass through this point right over here. All right, so it's easy to see that our sponge, which is only 12 foot long, yet we have a 16-foot opening. It's not going to reach from side to side. So what we're going to have to do is a little bit of finagling here. I do have some leads, some horse lead ropes that I will take and use to help tie this thing up. So this container is going to be way too small. But if I had brought myself a 5-gallon bucket, what I like to do, so as you don't waste a whole lot of this chemical, because it is very expensive, I will try to kind of like curl up, or let's just say snake I will try to snake this this sponge like so. I wish that container were a little bit bigger, and then I'll just take and I'll pour this oil-based chemical all over it, trying to not to waste much. But what I will do is save a little bit, and I'll pour some more on top. I'm going to allow it to sit there and soak up for a little while, and then I'll make sure that this thing is completely saturated before we leave here. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and connect my lead ropes and stretch this thing along through there. I'll have to start tying the lead ropes to the big post on each side. I'll need 2 hands for that, so allow me to set the camera up. This is not going to work. These posts are not near high enough to pull this thing. If it's this low, the cows will step over it, and it does us no good rubbing along their bellies. I need to have higher post. So what I'm going to have to do, this might actually work after all. So I have an idea. Let me show you. I don't know if this is going to work or not. So over on this side, we're high enough. We're fine over here. It hangs down into the middle, but over here we have to go up higher. I don't really have a way to get up any higher unless I remove this board over here, and that will give me another 6-8 inches or so to go up higher. Let's go ahead and try that. I do have a hammer here in the back of the side-by-side, and I'm just going to beat this board off. I need 2 hands for this. No, I don't. Hold your ears. All right, so I think that will be good there. I will pick that up. I will not leave that there. I will not leave that there. I'm gonna pick it up before y'all even have a chance to say something, because y'all know y'all don't believe me. Lester, you're gonna get somebody hurt. No, I'm not, because I'm gonna put it right there where it not hurt anybody. Now let's try this again. This is gonna work here. All right, so as you can see, I got it strung up, I think high enough. My only worry is how many cows are gonna walk under here through this section. I wish it were closer where they wouldn't have that option to come through there. You want them to come by here. They need to come by and touch this sponge to make it be effective. I don't think there'll be space over here. They're not gonna walk right along this fence, but I do have a little concern they may try to squeeze along that side over there. But anyway, this is how the system works. I'm gonna pour this here, this extra right there in the middle. This sponge will absorb a lot of that. And if the cows do come through here, they'll get a nice dousing with, what's it called again? Permethrin, a synergized pour-on. All right, so I've put the dogs away and I've come back to the pond here in the front of the property. And I'm going to attempt to send this alligator we have living in this front pond to the sweet by and by, where we will meet on those glorious shores in the sweet by and by. We will meet on those beautiful shores. I got some pictures from this rest stop over here. I found them on Google, and it shows alligators at the rest stop. So how much do y'all want to bet? Here we go. How much do you guys want to bet that this little area that we've always talked about being very swampy and marshy and just infested with malaria? I'm kidding about that, obviously. But how much do y'all want to bet those gators live in this area, and they're going up and down that creek when there's water in the creek? Now, right now, we just cleaned out that creek, and so it's dry. But they were, and I bet they do, when it's wet and there's flowing water from the creek to the river. How much you want to bet they're using that creek up and down to traverse into this area right over through here? And then from this area, if they go that way, they're going into the rest stop. If they go this way, they're going into my pond. So I can't say for sure it's the same gator, but yeah, I don't know. There's going to be folks who are not going to appreciate my efforts to relocate this gator to the sweet by and by. But listen, I have to look out for my dogs and my cows, especially my calves, and my children, because just yesterday Lex was here with me and he wanted to play in that water. I told him no, because it's too cold, and that's the truth. But at some point, come on y'all, But I will show you a really neat map. Now, these are alligators. These are not crocodiles. In case you're wondering the difference, well, you know what? I think that you guys know the difference. Anyway, come with me. Let's walk over or sneak over and see if we can spot that gator. Maybe at the top of the water. On the surface there, we can get us a chance to send him on his way. So I'm sitting right here in the grass, and I want to keep a low profile, so I'm kind of hidden back behind a bit of the berm. Now from right here I can see several turtles have popped their heads up. But what we're looking for is that gator. You also have to remember that if you ever fire into the water, you have to be at a trajectory where the projectile will go into the water, not ricochet off the top of it. A lot of folks don't understand that concept. Water is unique in the fact that it can ricochet a projectile. Lots of turtles popping up, but I do not see the gator. Why are all of my cows running? You can see on the far hill, all of the longhorns are running. And I don't know why. I don't see a reason for them to all be running. And now they've kind of stopped running. But something must have spooked them. Well, before I could make it back, I found out the reason why all the cows come running. My friends, a train passed by, and so I guess they could hear the whistle of that train long before I could, and that train whistled, and they all come running up on that hill. And now once the train has all passed, now they've all begun to walk back where they started from. And I think that's so cute that the train whistle let them know there's a train coming, and it just kind of spooked them. And don't forget, there is a train track that runs back behind that wood line about 100 yards or so. And every once in a while, when it's not quite so windy, we can hear that train. And you hear that whistle. And there that train comes, and the cow's like, it's gonna hurt our ears. Let's get out of here. We're too close, just in case. And so I'm proud of them. But now look, the train's gone, and they're all back where they started. Hi, sweetie. Can I help you with that? Can I help you get some of that stuff off of you, sweetie? No, you don't even realize it hurts, doesn't it? It's like peeling off a Band-Aid, I bet. Right there by her eye, too. If I would have known it was going to gunk up so much, I don't know if I would have done that or not. Poor baby. Poor sweetie. Her eye looks wonderful, though. Can you show us your eye, sweetie? Everyone's wondering how your eye's doing. Oh, it looks so good. There's no water. There's no pink. It looks amazing. Hi, Danny. Come on over here, Jenny Lane. Come on, sweetie. You can come over here, too. She's like, no, I'm just going to lay here what my mom told me to. I'm going to do what Mama told me. Hi, sweet girl. Oh, boy, look at that eye, y'all. Look at that eye. Oh, my goodness gracious. They're both so pretty. Y'all have such pretty... Let her love me. Let her love me. Oh boy. You can let her love me too. I can love the both of you. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at these two lovebirds. Yeah, they actually hang out a lot together. Jezebel might be a little bit jealous of Gary, though, because earlier he was seen hanging out with some girls from across the way. Oh, boy, that made Jezebel very upset. Oh, I'm peeling it off. Oh, sweetie, it has to hurt you so bad. I'm sorry, baby, but you don't like it on there, do you? She's like, Daddy, it hurts. Daddy, it hurts me so bad. Well, I'm peeling it. Oh, sweetie, it peeled your hair off. Sweetie, what are you doing? Where are you going? Oh, boy. Yeah, Gary had walked across the pasture to the cows on the other side, the neighbor's cows. There's a couple of girls over there, and Gary was hanging out with them, actually laying alongside the fence. And I bet you that Jezebel was not happy. So now Gary's in that mode that all of us men have been in at some point or another. It's like a makeup mode. We got to find a way to make it up to you and let you know that we're very sorry for being so foolish, because men are known to make really foolish mistakes. And Gary's no exception, y'all. He's no exception to that rule. He's made a lot of foolish mistakes when it comes to the ladies. And he's learning. But I'll tell you one thing that I've learned from experience, that I'm in my 50s, and I don't think that men ever really learn. We don't, y'all. We don't. We're just dumb men. We don't never learn. But Gary sure is trying. And that's good for him. Oh, look at Gary with Jezebel. She's like, I don't know if I can forgive you or not, Gary. You really hurt me this time. And not only did you hurt me, but look, you hurt my daughter as well. You hurt my girl. It's one thing when you hurt me, Gary, and you play with my feelings, but you don't play with my kids. You do not play with my kids' feelings and emotions. I know y'all are probably wondering how I know all of this. Trust me, I've heard of the time or two, okay? I've heard of the time or two. You look great, baby. Gary, good luck. All I can say is good luck. You're gonna need it.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.